Is it like a flex?
I think
Anyway.
it is like the best way I understand it is like a mind to muscle memory type thing. It's
So,
like you got to kind of practice it. I think Zack. We're gonna go straight into nerd talk. I think
hey,
Zack.
on me.
I think Zack Snyder's the way he showed how Superman was learning to fly
Right.
by taking those big jumps and then
Yes.
finally kind of pushing himself. I think that's kind of what it's like. Kind of like
It's so funny you bring that up. I referenced that in the book I wrote.
oh
Because
nice.
me and my son's favorite movie is The Man of Steel.
Yeah.
And that was the best version of how he does it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
him even screwing it up. I'm
Yeah.
so glad we finally got to see that. I'm like, come on, he couldn't just, how do you learn how to do this stuff? You see him falling down, but it seemed like it was a mind thing, you know?
It was a mind thing.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, how's that work?
Told himself how to do it. Okay, so you're gonna give us your origin story.
Origin story, right?
Where are you from, and how did you get here?
Okay, so I'm originally from Phoenix. I was born here, born in St. Luke's, 1973. My father and mother moved from Chicago here. I guess a lot of folks from Chicago
A
are
lot
here.
of folks in Chicago.
I don't know what that's about. Is there some kind of government program to move black folks out here from Chicago to Phoenix?
Yeah.
And then the two extremes I've never understood. You know, the extremely cold, extremely hot. Anyway, somewhat proud of my parents. My mother, she became a school administrator. My father was a police officer. He's actually one of the first black police officers ever in Phoenix. He's in a museum
Oh wow.
because of it. And
so he served out here. He did his patrolling
Tempe
and all that.
PD. He was the first black
Oh wow.
police officer for Tempe PD.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's in there, the Tempe Museum.
Oh wow. And this is in the 70s and 80s that
Correct.
he was doing this. Wow.
70s, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Stories he could tell you about
Yeah.
that whole experience and how he got through. I
Yeah.
kind of see why he comes drinking. Anyway, I'm not sure how much detail you want. Went to elementary. My parents divorced. My mother remarried a tax man from Long Beach, California. He moved us to Compton. They got remarried, or she got remarried. They moved us to Compton. And then we eventually moved to Carson, California.
Okay.
And so I went to middle school and high school and some college out there. And then my mother divorced, moved back here. She said, hey, I'll pay for your schooling, your college, blah, blah, blah. Met my wife, had 3 beautiful children,
Yeah.
and I wrote a book.
Then you wrote a book. Okay. Man, that's incredible. I met you at the Black Male Excellence. Was it Expo?
Expo, it just
Something
said
like that.
X.
X. Okay.
Yeah.
I think,
I'm like, oh,
I think it stood for
yeah.
Expo or something like that.
Right.
But it was a great event. I think my meeting you was one of the more positive things out of it, though, because so far we seem to be aligned here and what our interests are and what we want to accomplish. And you expressed to me that, hey, I'm looking to get some more attention on this book I wrote. I'm an author.
Right.
And I was like, I would love to work with an author. And so I was like, boom, let's talk. Let's chop it up.
Yeah.
And then we're kind of here today.
Here we are.
We just did a photo shoot literally like 2 minutes ago. So maybe I'll post a picture. Boom, right there. It's post edited. So
Okay.
they just saw your picture pop up right there. Can you tell us about your book?
So yeah, I had 3 kids, 2 girls and a little dude, a little boy. And strange thing about that little boy of mine, when he was pretty young, and I write about this in the book, I noticed something strange about him. He had a musculature about him. I'd never seen, me being a chubby kid and no muscles at all. He seemed to come out of the womb in shape. I mean, the little dude had abs and he was yoked up. I'm like, what is going on with this kid? Didn't think anything of it. I'm like, all right, he's been blessed. I don't know. Okay, so fast forward 2 or 3 years, and I don't want to give too much of the book away. I want people to buy the book. But he was watching Spider-Man, the movie with Tobey Maguire, and he started mimicking what he was doing as he was like evading the hobgoblin or the green goblin and all that. And he was doing cartwheels. And he did a front flip. I'm like, how the hell did you just do that? He's like 4. He's like 3 or 4 years old. And I'm like, I was astonished. I'm like, there's my Olympic gymnast right there. Guy's little butt into gymnastics along with his sisters. And he was in like an expo for his age group because he was too young to be in because they had like a competition going on. And this is like a big time gymnastic place. And it's well known in the Valley. I'm not sure how much we want to keep going, but
Oh,
anyway,
no, please.
he ended up winning the competition,
Oh wow.
even at the higher level.
As like a 4-year-old.